Hi friends, it's Frances. Thank you so much for joining me for our second Parent Tip Tuesday video. If this is your first time viewing, welcome. My name is Frances Davis. I proudly serve in the early childhood field as a child care center owner, professional trainer, and mentor. As a mom of 7, I haven't seen everything, but I've seen a lot. And there's no such thing as a perfect parent. But when we band together, we find support, encouragement, and wisdom. As February, also known as the Love Month, comes to an end, our topic for today will be titled, My Love Language. Side note, did you know that the word February comes from the Latin word februm, which means to purify or to purge? It made me think about my parenting ideas and choices over the years, and the fact that sometimes we as parents need to purge some parenting thoughts and behaviors that were maybe passed down or we may have adopted. I encourage you to make room for new ideas. Really quick, before we get started with our Tuesday tips, if you or someone you know is in need of quality childcare services, head over to mybbcc.net today to schedule your tour. Okay, let's get started with our tips. Our talk today will come from a book written by Gary Chapman and Ross Campbell titled The 5 Love Languages of Children. The 5 Love Languages of Children asserts that there are 5 love languages which include physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, and acts of service. Today's tips will come from love language number 2, words of affirmation. We all have our own way of communicating and receiving communication. The main goal of communication is to convey information that is to be understood. Communicating with children is different from communicating with adults. Children tend to think more concretely, meaning they take our words literally and think we believe in what we're saying to them. The other day, I had some errands to run and I was in a rush to leave home, and every time I rushed past one of my 8-year-old twins, she was shoeless. I became frustrated, and before I knew it, I yelled out, "If you don't find your shoes, you're going to get left here." With a worried look on her face, she quickly ran and found one of her sisters and asked them for help. Turns out she just needed some help and guidance. Now, actually leaving her was not a realistic option. Yes, my goal was accomplished, but what if she had responded by saying, "Okay, well, leave me here"? Now, I knew I was bluffing, but had she discovered that I was bluffing, my words, the weight of my words as her parent, would have been diluted. When communicating love, our words have power. Children that hear words of affection, praise, encouragement, and guidance also hear, "I care about you." Such words are not easily forgotten and can cause a child's self-esteem to shoot through the roof. And conversely, if we use words that cut, it can have the opposite effect. If you regularly experience negative attitudes from your child or a student, I highly recommend that you consider using more words of affirmation throughout the course of the day. I encourage you to discover what your child's primary love language is if you're not sure. To help you get started in your quest, we would love to give away 2 copies of this book. If you're interested in winning one of the 2 copies, please complete our 2-minute survey link in the description. Winners will be announced during the Parent Tip Tuesday video on March 3rd, 2020. If you want to go ahead and purchase the book now, click on the Amazon link we provided to have it shipped to you right away. I have also included a free download for my Show More Love calendar, which will give you daily ideas on ways to teach your child about love. There is a second free download, which includes 101 words of affirmation every child wants to hear by Matt Jacobson. Can I just share really quickly that I discovered this list online yesterday, and I've already started using it with my own children and my students. Some of my favorite statements on the list are, "I like you," "I'm grateful God gave you to me," "What a great idea," "Thank you for honoring me," "You have some amazing gifts," and "Your life matters." Well, that brings us to the end of Parent Tip Tuesday for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, our goal is to support you as you build a brighter future for your child. Thanks again. See you next Tuesday.